We're looking today at NAD's 3030 and 3030S integrated amplifiers. Here at Crutchfield, we were excited when NAD came out with their more powerful 3050 models back in 2023, and it turns out justly so. They sound and look great, and our customers have made them very popular. I've been testing the 3030 at home through a few different speaker pairs, playing vinyl records, streaming via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi with an outboard streamer, and I think it sounds and looks great. As you can see, the 3030 models have a similar vintage aesthetic to the 3050s, with power meters and old-school buttons and knobs. The design is an homage to NAD's classic 3030 model, which originally came out in the late 1970s. You can select sources, adjust bass, treble, volume, and right-left balance. And I love that because when we're talking about a stereo integrated amp, I just prefer the what you see is what you get approach versus menu-based like a screen and one knob. Could be I'm just set in my ways. But by using retro controls, NAD has by no means turned its back on the latest tech. You get 50 watts per channel of their clean HybridDigital amplification, plus a built-in low-jitter Texas Instruments DAC for digital sources like a CD player or TV. It's got flexible connections on the back that include a dedicated phono input and HDMI eARC port for modern video sound and control. It also has a mono output for a powered subwoofer, plus an 80 Hz high-pass filter that lets the 3030 power your left and right speakers more efficiently. Both models feature a full-size quarter-inch headphone jack on the front panel. They also have two-way Bluetooth with aptX HD encoding for a surprisingly detailed wireless music. And that works for streaming from your phone or other device to the 3030 or from the 3030 to a pair of Bluetooth headphones. The 3030S version gives you built-in BluOS network streaming. That lets you get better wireless streaming sound than you will with Bluetooth. It also opens up options to expand with a BluOS wireless multi-room setup. That could include standalone speakers, music streamers, and streaming amps from Bluesound and NAD, which is its parent company. When you do that, you can sync all the players together or play them independently using the free BluOS Control app. The app also gives you advanced audio settings and adds Spotify Connect, Tidal Connect, Qobuz Connect, Roon compatibility, and more. I've tested a lot of wireless multi-room streaming platforms, and I think BluOS is one of the best. I have a pair of Bluesound nodes and an NAD C70 with BluOS built in that I use at home. The audio quality is great and the performance is super stable. There's a bit of a learning curve, but that goes with all multi-room platforms. You can check out a few of our videos on the Bluesound gear linked in the description below. So who's the 3030 for? Vinyl enthusiasts who want to dip their toes into a tactile hi-fi experience, anyone who doesn't like scrolling through menus to select a source or adjust audio settings, music lovers who might be a little tight on space or might know they'll be moving around. If you've got a small home or apartment where your TV is the center of your entertainment system, you can make this the heart of it. Use the HDMI eARC for TV soundtrack audio with a subwoofer if you want, then connect a turntable, CD player, or streamer. Which one should you get? If you don't already have any BluOS gear but you want to add network streaming, you'd be hard-pressed to find a streamer that costs less than the $300 it costs to step up to the 3030S. And it also makes sense for BluOS users who want to add a stereo system in a small to medium-sized room to their whole home audio system. If you've already got a streamer that you like, the base model gives you the option to connect via optical if you want to use the 3030's built-in DAC, or analog stereo RCA to use your streamer's DAC. And there's another little perk. Both the base model and the S model come with a remote that works like the Bluesound RC1, which is to say that you can use it to control volume and playback, as well as select from up to 10 favorites on any BluOS player without needing to pair it, just point and shoot. I had the base model 3030 hooked up in a listening room in my home for a couple of weeks. I used some vintage Dynaco A25 speakers as well as some newer eARC Unify reference UBR62s. I played vinyl on my Project X2 and streamed music through a WIM Ultra and got very satisfying sound. It did a really nice job with Joan Armatrading's 1976 self-titled album, particularly the opening track, Down to Zero. Armatrading's unique voice, B.J. Cole's glistening pedal steel, and basically all the elements of Glenn John's beautiful production came together nicely. It also gave a rich presentation of Amelia Rodriguez's brilliantly focused fado music, the tense and explosive power pop of Elvis Costello's Green Shirt, and the cascading piano, lazy horns, and Cameron Winter's close-up vocal details on his song Drinking Age. Pretty much everything I played through it had the high-quality sound that I've come to expect from NAD. If you're looking for a simple but versatile stereo amp with great sound and an inviting interface, the 3030 is a solid choice. And for BluOS users or anyone else who wants to make the leap from very good Bluetooth to even better and more stable Wi-Fi streaming, the 3030S is also a standout choice, and the 3030S opens the way to multi-room BluOS streaming down the line. You'll find these same features and more when you step up to the 3050 models. Check out the links to our video review in the description below. They've got twice the power and a few more connections, and if you get the base model 3050 to start with, you can purchase and install NAD's BluOS D MDC2 module, which adds BluOS and Direct Live room correction. That module is included in the 3050 BluOS D version. The 3030 models use the same 32-bit DAC, but have half the power, slightly scaled back connections, and a smaller footprint at only just over 14 inches wide. And you can't upgrade the base model 3030 with BluOS unless you add an outboard streamer like the Bluesound Nano. I think NAD has done a pretty good job of pricing things accordingly. Okay, that wraps up our look at NAD's 3030 and 3030S integrated amplifiers. If you have any questions about either model, or about NAD, BluOS, or any other integrated amplifiers we carry, get in touch with us here at Crutchfield today.